Hey, I'm FisherNahida, and this is Tournament Takeaway, where we take a look at a set of Pokemon Go PvP battles and see what we can take from them to bring into our future battles and hopefully learn to become better battlers, build your way up that global leaderboard. I do have the fan going again because it is hot and stuffy in here, so sorry about that hum that you probably hear in the background. So this is round number 4 of the Slapdash Nightfall Cup, which is a tournament that we ran the moment the Nightfall Cup meta was announced, so nobody has really taken a solid look at the meta. We all just put a team together and hoped for the best. And at the moment, we lost round 1 in very close circumstances involving a tie. We won round 2 in very close circumstances involving a tie. We won round 3 a lot more comfortably. It was a 3-0 sweep. And now we are coming up against Mr. Dr. Pants, who is the only undefeated person in the tournament, and it is up to us to try and force a multi-way tie for the tournament. Let's see how the battles go. That's not the right one. That's what we want. Alright, so Gallade versus Frostlass. We have talked about this one in a previous video. Gallade can win this, even though, you know, it doesn't want to take any charge move heat from Frostlass. In the 2-2 shields, it can farm down if it wants to shield twice. Now, in this cup, you probably don't want to do that. There's a lot of real punishing charge moves in this cup. You can at one point throw a Leaf Blade to burn one of their shields, or maybe feint the Frostlass there and then. In that case, you know, if they let the Leaf Blade through, then you'll be able to keep one shield, and you'll be, you know, like, either way, you'll be down one shield, whether it's 0-1 or 2-1. Sorry, 1-0 or 2-1. So yeah, that's what that's our options here in this lead. So I throw that Leaf Blade straight away, place some of that tasty pressure on him, and then we bring out the Wigglytuff, which was not a good move, because then he brings out the Golbat. Whether he had Golbat or Venusaur in the back, either would have been absolutely fine and would have been able to get up a ton of energy before taking out the Wigglytuff. Also, Mr. Dr. Pants has effectively mastered the art of firing charge moves back-to-back without letting the opponent get in another fast move. I still have not worked out how to do that consistently at will, so that's a very big advantage that he has. So I shielded that second one, which is also a bad move because there's not much more that... Oh, actually, no, my bad. I was thinking, I guess that I would be able to get to an Ice Beam and either force a shield from the Golbat or take the Golbat right out. Trouble is, I don't think this Ice Beam feints the Golbat. Let's find out. Oh, 64. Okay, it does feint the Golbat from there. But now that Golbat has just a ton of energy, and now I've got a decision here. Neither of these Pokemon like Golbat very much. They've got very touchy relationships against it. They'll both deal super effective damage to the Golbat, but the Golbat's going to do super effective right back at him. The Gallade can take a Poison Fang. It absolutely can't take a Shadow Ball. The Abomasnow, the Poison Fang will be super effective against it, but it can take a Poison Fang. It can actually take 2 Poison Fangs and still have a little bit of HP left over. So what do? I send out the Abomasnow. He fires a Poison Fang. And now I know that he wants to throw back-to-back Poison Fangs. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself for this plan. I sent out the Abomasnow to take 1 Poison Fang, and then switch straight out into the Gallade to catch the second Poison Fang. Because if I'd thrown the Gallade straight out, then he would have been able to, with that information, kind of decide how he wants to play that baiting game with the Poison Fangs and the Shadow Balls. Here, I kind of forced him into... Well, not forced him, but like I coerced him into throwing back-to-back Poison Fangs, which I knew a Gallade could take. And now he switches straight out into Frostlass. Throws that energy. And then has just way more energy than I thought. I have to shield this, because how much is an Avalanche doing to a Abomasnow? 51% damage. It's pretty much taking me out. If I survive, it's like 1 Powder Snow away from fainting. And I over-farm here. I was trying to fit in as much energy as I could, but it allowed the Frostlass to fire off another Avalanche because of 1 CMP. Now, I don't think it mattered. Mr. Dr. Pants was not going to bring that Golbat back out because he knows that I'll be able to feint that Golbat down with Powder Snows before he can do anything with that Golbat, like damage it in any way. So he's going to bring out whatever he's got in the back. I didn't actually see what he had in the back, so it could have been Venusaur, could have been Haunter, could have been Medicham, could have been Swampert. So let's... How much HP and energy did we have there? If I'd fired the Weather Ball 1 Powder Snow earlier... Okay, so... Let's go with the 0-0 shield. And Abomasnow has about 1/3 of its HP. Let's go 45? Yeah, that'll do. And energy is... about there. Frostlass was in the red. So let's call it like 10 HP. So then that Weather Ball takes it out. And then we continue battling with 13 energy remaining and the 45 HP. If the Venusaur had come out, we can get to 1 Weather Ball, but that is not enough. Takes out 71 damage, but the Venusaur still has 34 remaining, and it gets to a Frenzy Plant, which is enough to take us out. What about the Haunter? Haunter's tanky. No, Haunter's glassy, right? So a Weather Ball should be able to take that out? No, unfortunately not. The Weather Ball takes it down to 20 HP, so it takes out about 80% of its HP. Okay, 60%. And then the Powder Snow is doing the rest. But it gets to a Shadow Punch in that time. What about the... Look, I'm not even going to try Medicham because we know that that's going to beat the Abomasnow. What about the Swampert? So it gets to a Hydro Cannon. Again, Weather Ball is not enough, and I'm assuming it won't get to an Energy Ball. That's interesting. It looks to be 1 away from an Energy Ball. It is gonna lose CMP, isn't it? So it gets to an Energy Ball, but it can't fire the Energy Ball, which is just a tragedy. So the Avalanche takes me out, and it's an emphatic win for Mr. Dr. Pants there. Did not play that very well. Let's try battle number 2. So, Frostlass versus Abomasnow. How is that battle going? As in, well, we've we've seen how it goes in that last situation, but now we are in a lead situation, so fresh fight, starting HP and 0 energy, and this is the no shield, so we want to click on the 2 shields. Frostlass wins that. The Abomasnow is managing to get to an energy ball if it baits twice with the weather ball. The Frostlass gets to just go straight avalanches, because that powder snow is enough to take it down to quite low, 53 HP. That's just powder snows alone, and then the avalanche is going to take out 51% of an Abomasnow. So yeah, it's not good for the Abomasnow. Is the moral of the story here. You can see here Abomasnow is only winning if it's got a shield advantage. And even here, I'm assuming that it has to bait with the weather ball, successfully bait with the weather ball. Oh no, sorry, yeah, because Frostlass doesn't have any shields here, so it can just go straight to the energy ball and then finish it off with a weather ball. And it can survive 1 avalanche. So it has to have a shield advantage to beat the Frostlass. I didn't know that at the time, so I stay in here, try and hit it with that energy ball. He just goes straight for the Shadow Ball, trying to get that 1-hit KO. Is that a 1-hit KO? 57% damage versus 51. So that's really inefficient. Avalanche is definitely the way to go there. He doesn't shield, probably expecting me to bait. And now it's easily within weather ball range, so I can just fire that. And then I brought out the Wigglytuff because I knew that 1 charm, maybe 2 charms would be enough to take out that Frostlass, and there's nothing he could do about it. Probably not the right move, because I know he brought out Golbat in the first one. It's that Golbat can farm up a lot of energy. It can take a charm, so not a good idea for me to. In fact, at that range, I could have probably just farmed it down, even if I had to use a second shield. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because that Abomasnow is going to be good against. Like, Abomasnow with energy, in particular, is going to be good against almost everything in there, the Medicham being the only exception. But if he brings in Medicham, then I just switch out into one of my other 2 Pokemon. And I can bring that Abomasnow back in a more opportune moment. So I really should have farmed down there, even if I had to spend a shield. So now out comes that Golbat. And it's just building up a ton of energy. I know it's at 2 Poison Fangs now, because I know that's his MO. I let the first one go, and I decide to shield this second one, because I want to get to that Ice Beam. Oh no, sorry. Never mind. I let that one go. It was the first battle where I shielded the second one. This time I just let it go. Now, I believe that I bring out the Gallade here, trying to feint it down before it can get out another charge move. It's risky, because that thing still has a fair chunk of HP left. Either way, it's gonna be difficult if I have to spend my second shield. But really, I'm probably going to have to spend my shield either way. It's probably just less likely if I bring out the Gallade. Let's see who wins this race. No, the Golbat just does it. And I shield this. I should not have shielded that, really. Thinking about it, now, that Poison Fang would have taken out probably around half of the Gallade's remaining HP, which that's definitely enough for me to do some work. So now I fire one Leaf Blade, and he gets out a charge move, and I'm thinking, oh no! But the Ice Punch just leaves me conscious, so you can see it got through one more counter there, so that will feint me if I don't feint him first. Yep, no. So now, if I'd farmed down that Frostlass, I could then now come out and say, even if I didn't have enough for an Energy Ball, I could just give it 2 Powder Snows, and or maybe even 1, and I can get it up to an Energy Ball. Do I need the Energy Ball, or will Weather Ball just be enough here? Uh, 31% damage versus 46% damage. I think a Weather Ball probably would have been enough, to be honest. So if I'd had that energy on the Abomasnow, I can then bring that in and just straight away KO the Medicham. Luckily for me, that Golbat had so little energy, so little HP left that the Abomasnow was able to Powder Snow it down, and I take out battle number 2. So it is 1-1, and we are going to battle number 3. This is for the equal win for the tournament. And we get a fantastic lead, the Wigglytuff versus the Medicham. Now, this is, I mean, you can't ask any better than this as a lead in battle. But I've been caught out with this so many times where I hard win the lead, and they switch straight out, and they have control, or like they have a bit more control over when that Medicham comes back in, or when that hard countered Pokemon comes back in, which means that winning that hard counter lead isn't as big a deal as what it seems, because he switches straight out, brings in the Frostlass. I didn't have anything for the Frostlass, which is a bit of an oversight for me, except for the Wigglytuff. So I stayed in here, mainly because, well, yeah, one, Wiggly was easily the best thing I had against this Frostlass, and number 2, I've got my own Frostlass, which is really good against his Medicham, so I don't need to keep this Wigglytuff around to make sure it it goes in back in against that Medicham. And that's kind of the big, like, it cancels out that kind of disadvantage that I was just talking about before, where, like, if I'd had a hard counter the Frostlass, like, let's just say Bastiodon, just for argument's sake. So I lead Wigglytuff into Medicham, he switches into Frostlass, I switch into Bastiodon, and I just smack down that Frostlass until it's gone. He then brings that Medicham back in. That Medicham does what it needs to do. Maybe it has like a Psychic saved up that it can use against that Wigglytuff when I bring that back in, and suddenly it's not as clear-cut hard counter situation as what we first thought. However, in this situation, I know I'm still going to win this matchup, and I don't have to worry about that hard counter versus hard counter situation. I can win that switch advantage back again, because I know that I can beat this Frostlass without even switching out, and so then when he brings his next Pokemon in, I then have a lot more agency with how to deal with that. So I shield this, thinking, okay, I can just Charm Down from here. Unfortunately, he just manages to get to another Avalanche. Fortunately, though, it doesn't KO me. So, if that had KO'd me, that would have been very dire for me. But because it didn't, that's probably actually even better for me. Because now whatever comes in, if it's a hard counter to this Wigglytuff, it's not going to be able to just farm a whole bunch of energy off of me. So I throw that Play Rough. and he doesn't shield, which I am astounded by, to be honest. Play Rough does take 5 more energy than Ice Beam does, so Ice Beam is 55 energy, Play Rough is 60, but Charm gives you 6 energy, which means that 9 Charms is 54 energy, and 10 Charms is 60 energy. So when you get to enough energy for an Ice Beam, you also have enough energy for a Play Rough. So I don't know if he didn't realize that. I think he's a smart guy. I think it's more likely that he had some kind of plan on what he wanted to use those shields for. Maybe he decided he needed those 2 shields for what was in the back. Let's see. So now here's the Frost Slice, and he just switches straight out into Haunter. So I did this thing again where I fire a charge move just to give me time to think about what to do. And then I bring out the Bomber Snow. Now, I fully expected this Haunter to have Sludge Bomb. And what I what I've learned from playing people in GBL is that the GBL players think they're so smart that if they run Sludge Bomb on their Haunter, they can fire it first and no one will ever expect it, and they'll get that Sludge Bomb through. So I shielded here, expecting just kind of. I'd been conditioned to think that everyone throws the Sludge Bomb first, and I was wrong. He baited me out through the Shadow Punch. I managed to get off a Weather Ball, which is of course going to be shielded here, and then he gets to a Sludge Bomb. Oh, there's the dog next door. Real good timing, mate. And I am so close to getting him down with Powder Snows, but he gets to that Shadow Punch just before I can get there. Look at that. It just takes 3 Shadow Claws to get there. Shut up. So that had to be meticulously planned out. He would have overcharged just enough, just enough that he thought he could get away with before I got to my next charge move, so that he could get to the Shadow Punch before I managed to farm him down with the Powder Snows. So very, very good play by Mr. Dr. Pans, and he just managed to get the Shadow Punch in and get the win. I hope this set of battles was educational for you. It definitely is something I learned from. If you like the videos, please like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, because it, if the videos get traction, that gives me a reason to keep on doing them. Share them with someone who you think might benefit from this kind of analysis, and I will see you in the next video.